Hi guys, follow-up IPA day number 3. You guys are doing amazing. So what we want to talk about today is the fortune being in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. You've heard it a million times. I know I have for sure. So I wanted to just touch base and talk about why the fortune is in the follow-up and how to follow up, what to say, and even what does that mean when you say follow-up. So a couple points would be that I want you to think about you're their friend. You're building a relationship. So when you think about building a relationship with someone, you don't just meet them at the park and then never talk to them again and call them your friend necessarily. Maybe they invite you to dinner and your family goes over. Maybe they invite you out for coffee. Maybe they say, hey, do you want to, go and work out at the gym or something like that. They're going to ask, you're going to start to build a relationship. Next thing you know, some of those are going to be some of your very best friends. You start celebrating birthdays together. You start, spending your Friday evenings together, doing a pizza night with your kids. You're building a relationship with the people that you're prospecting. You're becoming their friend. So you're changing their life, not just with offering them an opportunity and products, but also pouring value into their life. So when you're thinking about following up, I want you to think of it that way. You can't just follow up once and expect them to just be your best friend and sign up. You can't follow up, a month later and expect them to remember and recall what you guys have talked about. So you want to be following up consistently, and you want to be following up multiple times to exposure. So not all plexus. So if I message someone, I say, hey girl, I just think you'd be amazing at this. I would love to talk to you about the products. Have you ever heard of plexus? And if they say, no, I haven't, but I might know somebody, I'm like, that's great. So my next thing would be, hey girl, are you available for coffee this week? I'd love to just get together with you. I'm always going to be trying to connect with them, to talk to them, to speak life into them. So when you're thinking about following up with someone, think of those things. Think of how can I set up time to spend with this person again? And then you're going to find that time that's right and comfortable to bring up plexus. So it's not always plexus. So following up consistently. So we made those list of 200. And we're tracking the yes and the no's. This has been extremely helpful for me in my business. It's allowing me to see when I followed up with them, how I followed up, what did I follow up with? Was it plexus? Was it personal? I'm keeping it very detailed because that allows me to recall, okay, this person needs to follow up today. It's going to be a plexus follow-up or a personal follow-up. And it allows me to know kind of where I'm at with my follow-ups. It makes it really efficient with my time and allows me to spend time elsewhere doing other things. But this is my top priority. My top priority is messaging and then following up in my personal business to grow a team and experience full momentum. You need to be recruiting yourself. So I want you to be thinking about, am I messaging these people? Am I following up? Am I setting up times for different exposures? So thinking about if this person lives out of town, let's say, you might say, is there a time that I can give you a call and just talk to you? I'd love to catch up. That's huge. We've talked about really connecting with someone over the phone and picking up the phone. That's part of the exposure. That's part of building up your relationship with them. So I want you to start thinking about follow-up, not as a plexus follow-up, but as building a relationship. Because when you start building relationships and they come on board, that trust is there. They already feel part of the team. They already feel like they know you. This is really important, a really important piece of this. So make sure you're following up consistently, that you have some type of system, and that you are always thinking about how can I build this relationship with this person? And thinking about those people. So I do 10 messages. Right now I'm doing 10 messages a day. And then I'm following up with the previous 10 from the week before, from a few days before. So I have certain times where I'm going to follow up. And do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to do something, if you tell them I'm going to call you or I'm going to do this, make sure you set an alarm on your phone and do it. There is such... people are going to know that you're serious about this if you don't cancel on them. So make sure you're building that relationship of trust and genuine caring about them. So the fortune's in the follow-up. So stay systematic, get a plan, and keep it simple. So today's challenge is to, if you haven't already, set up some type of spreadsheet or set up some type of system that works for you to where you can keep track of this. And I want you to follow up with 10 people today from the list of the 200 we've been working on. Go back to your list, see who you've messaged. I want you to follow up with them in a personal way or a Plexus way, depending on how you were messaging, and give another exposure. You need to make sure they're not months apart. They need to be close together. Okay? So the fortune's in the follow-up. Let's do this, guys.